All right, we are live here out at Plainfield Tri-County High School here tonight. CWC South Conference action here between a couple of teams who seems like it was just yesterday. Well, in fact, it was just Monday night here where very good basketball game over at the Student Activity Center. Stevens Point Pacelli victorious in that one, 49-46 on that walk-off winner there by junior Bryce Flaker to walk that one off here. So our Auto Select, Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show brought to you in part by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. And no matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you are good to go. So Tri-County, they are three games actually left on the docket here. They are 10-10 overall here, 6-3 in conference play. Both teams, so Tri-County with a couple of conference games after tonight. They'll be back in action next Tuesday, a non-conference game with Wanawak Center, and then they will be at Wild Rose next Friday the 20th. That's a conference game, and then Thursday they will finish out the regular season where they will host Lashelt. The Hornets come to town on February 26th. Head coach Brian Sigenthaler and the rest of the Penguins here leading scorers for this squad. RJ Meadow, who averages about 15 points a game. Gage Beggs at about 13 a game. And then Julian Vega averages about 8 points a game. And we'll go through the scoring. As we mentioned, these two teams last played on Monday night. And RJ Meadow led that Penguin attack with 20 points on Monday night. And then you got 13 points from Gage Beggs. Julian Vega had 7 points, Isaac Miller had 4, and Seth Hildebrand had 2. And for the Cardinals, fairly balanced scoring. Bryce Flaker with 14 points to lead the Cardinals, including that walk-off 3, which put the Cardinals out in front for good, 49-46. Crew Rebholz had 13 in that one. Jake Williams had 10, and then both Jaden Garski and Sully Schober with 5 apiece. Nolan Reimer with 2 points in that one again. Pacelli, on the other hand, they will host Pittsville. They'll be idle after tonight for just over a week. They'll host Pittsville next Friday the 20th, and then almost another week in between, and then they will be at Port Edwards, that one on the road to finish out their regular season. So a couple of conference games left here tonight for the Cardinals as well as the Penguins here of Tri-County. Of course, head coach John Shirk, his squad looking to tonight, I believe, would a victory tonight would certainly give them the outright conference. But Tri-County, I tell you what, and we mentioned this Monday night, it's a very good basketball team. You got a lot of talent on this team. This is a team that really has the program really seems seemingly going definitely in the right direction, no doubt. Of course, guys like RJ Meadow and Gage Beggs, just to name a few here, and guys like Sam Boyd, Seth Hildebrand. I mean, so there's some quality basketball here. We're going to get our national anthem. We'll get our starting lineups here. You are listening to and watching high school boys conference basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group. We'll get our national anthem. We'll get our starting lineups, and we will be underway here in just a couple minutes here on Zaleski Sports.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior.
All right, we are back here. National Anthem underway here. We'll get our starting lineups here for both squads. Again, tonight's pregame was brought to you in part by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. So Cardinals, Nolan Reimer, the junior. Jake Williams, number 12, the junior. Jaden Garski, number 4, the junior. Bryce Flaker, number 24, the junior as well. And then the sophomore crew Rebholes. So they go with Garski, Reimer, Williams, Flaker, and Rebholes. Now for the Penguins here of Plainfield, Tri-County. Seth Hildebrand, number 2, the junior. Isaac Miller, number 5 here, the junior. RJ Meadow, the junior, number 11. Senior Luke Rasmussen, number 12. And junior Gage Beggs, number 13 here. So Tri-County again, you go with Beggs, Rasmussen, Meadow, Miller, Hildebrandt. And Meadow led them in scoring on Monday night here again when these two teams were in action here. The game high 20 points, and Beggs with 13 in that one. Julian Vega had 7. Isaac Miller with 4, and Hildebrand in that one here. So the second of the home and away series here between the Penguins here of Tri-County. Again, 6-3 in the CWC South Conference. Rebholes and Beggs to jump it here. And Pacelli will win the opening tip-off here. So Garski into the front court, defended by Hildebrandt. Swings it over to Reimer. Reimer back up top to Flaker, over to Rebholes. Left side there, Williams looking for Garski, defended there by Hildebrandt. Garski back up to Flaker, and of course that first game, Tri-County owned that first half, 25-14, 3-ball, that one's short. And that's going to go back to the Penguins here. So again, Tri-County had the 25-14 halftime lead on Monday night here, and led for a pretty decent amount of that game, really. And again, a very good basketball team. Both teams very young here with Williams. Step 3, and that one bounces in for Jacob Williams. So Jake, he averages about 13 a game. And about 4 rebounds a game, as well as about 3 assists and 3 steals a game. So Jacob, kind of one of those little bit of do everything for the Cardinals. Beggs gives it back over to Meadow. Meadow defended up high by Rebholes, gets a step in, a foul going to be called. That's going to be on the floor. And they're going to get Reimer on that one. So Nolan Reimer, it's going to be his first personal foul here. Of course, Nolan ran into some foul trouble back on Monday night. Picked up 3 fouls in a fairly short period of time here, but Reimer getting the start here tonight. Both him and Harrison Vogel kind of utilized or interchangeably in terms of starting here. Officiating crew collaborating here. And maybe they're going to change that. They're not, so it's going to be here. That was on Reimer, so Ins back up to Beggs left side here. Back over to Meadow again. Meadow with a big night. Leading scorer on this team. Both balanced attack between Hildebrandt. 3-ball, that one no good. Rebounded by Williams. Williams into the front court, over to Flaker. Flaker defended near side. Luke Rasmussen, Flaker, 3-ball, that one in and out. Beggs comes on with the rebound. And Beggs 8 rebounds a game here, along with Meadow, who averages about 8 rebounds a game. So very balanced, both on the glass as well as point production for those 2 juniors. Hildebrandt goes in, cut off there by Flaker. Beggs resetting things here for the Penguins. Rasmussen with a screen, little step back 3. That one is no good. And say go back to the Cardinals here. Today's game brought to you in part by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point, Brewery, Lear's Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza here. So about just over 2 minutes gone by first half here. The Cardinals with that 2-point lead here on the Williams jumper. Reimer, that one no good. Beggs with another rebound. The Cardinals with that 2-0 early going lead. Again, these two teams, a pretty low-scoring first half between these two squads back on Monday night. Meadow 3-ball on the way. That one in and out. Rebholz comes out of there with a rebound up to Garski. Garski across the timeline here for the Cardinals. Swings it near side here to Flaker. Rebholz bounces it back to Reimer. Reimer gets a step, swing out to Garski. 3-ball on the way. That one no good. And Reimer battling for the board there. Resets it to Williams. Back over to Flaker. And they're going to say he double dribbled with that, so it's going to be turned over back to the Tri-County here. Simplicity Credit Union brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family or business or your home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today. Again, that is Simplicity Credit Union, one of our many game day sponsors here in Zaleski Sports. Hildebrand 3-ball, that good it goes. That one no good. Meadow able to track the rebound down. We're going to get a jump ball called here. It will stay here with Tri-County. So Meadow to inbound it here for the Penguins. Looking back up top to Miller, back into Beggs here. Beggs working with Meadow, defended by Williams, swings it back over to Miller. Miller goes in with a nice little spin move. Isaac Miller, that one no good. Gets his own rebound jumper. That one is good, and Isaac Miller. So tied up here at 2 apiece. Some pressure in the backcourt here. Williams, Rebholz, and Garski. And the give is to Flaker, and Flaker there for the score. Bryce Flaker. And there's a Zaleski Sports Highlight House player just 3 nights ago. Meadow goes up with it and score it for RJ Meadow with 2 points. So again, he had 20 just a few nights ago here. Garski swings it over to Flaker. Flaker 3-ball. And that is a 3 for Bryce Flaker. So 5 points now for Bryce, as he averages about 8.1 a game. Sam Boyd and Julian Vega set to check in here for Tri-County. Back up to Beggs. Beggs defended high by Flaker. Really lost the handle, able to retain it though. A spin move, kick out to Meadow. Meadow going right and cut off there by Flaker. They're going to get, I think they're going to get Bryce on the foul there. So Vega and Boyd will check in here now for both Hildebrandt and Rasmussen. So Flaker's first personal foul, team foul number 2 now for the Cardinals. 3-ball on the way. That one is rattled in and out. Boyd and Garski there battling for it. It's going to stay here with the Penguins. So 6-4 our score here. Beggs swings it over to Meadow. Meadow, a step on Williams there, a turnaround jumper. That one, and they're going to call it for the travel in there. So back to the Cardinals we go. Want to give thanks tonight to the Rock and Roll Cafe. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday, fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch, and only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. About a 25-minute jaunt or so from here, Tri-County roughly. Rebholz goes up with it. That one leaves it a little long. That one no good. And Meadow comes out of there with it for the Penguins. About 5.5 minutes gone by. Half number 1. Again, very important game here, certainly for both teams. And that one is good for Gage Beggs, I should say. 3 points there. So Tri-County now with a 7-6 lead. Reimer leaves that one a little long, and Meadow with a rebound. Meadow bounces it into Beggs. Beggs back up to Meadow. Meadow, a little head fake. And I'm going to say he traveled with it. And just as we suspected, this is going to be a very competitive basketball game. Certainly a lot on the line, really for both teams, no doubt. Pacelli right now at minimum would share conference outright, but with a victory would seal conference. Tri-County on the other hand, still very much looking to try to get a share of that conference title here. That one turned over here, so Beggs will inbound it here for Tri-County. Back into Miller. Miller hands it off to Meadow, back to Beggs. Beggs, of course, Gage, one of those guys that can hit the three, has such a smooth looking shot, the little silky left-handed jumper, that one. And a foul going to be called. I think they're going to get Nolan Reimer, and that's going to be his second personal foul. That will be team foul number 3 now for the Cardinals. And that will send RJ Meadow to the Serpro free throw line. You can call Serpro for the number 1 choice and cleanup and restoration Serpro like it never ever happened. So the first one in and out. And Sully Schober checks in for Reimer. So Meadow second on the way here from that Serpro free throw line. That one is up and it is good. So 8-6 now in favor of Tri-County. Pressure being applied there, nearly picked off there by Beggs. Williams gives it over. Schober swings it right into the outstretched arms of Maddie Pionik there. Pretty nice grab there by Maddie in the crowd there. Of course, Maddie not going to drop that one either way. So 8-6 our score, 11:25 here to go in half number 1. And a pretty nice crowd here tonight, as you would have expected there would be. Williams comes out of there with a steal out in front of Flaker. Flaker goes up with it, unable to finish, and Sam Boyd comes down with a rebound. Over to Beggs. Beggs defended Harrison Vogel into the game here now for Pacelli, number 22. Swings it Meadow back over to Miller. Miller had 4 points on Monday night when these two teams squared off. Boyd sets his screen on Garski. Going to try to free up some space there for Miller. That one poked away. Beggs able to hang on to it. Back to Meadow now. Julian Vega going in right with it. Little jump shot on that one is good. Or Julian Vega. He's another one of those guys that can put the ball in the bucket as well, as he averages about 8 points a game. Vega with a steal. Bounces it off to Meadow, and the foul on one. And that is going to be RJ Meadow. And foul going to go against, we'll get a timeout. We'll bring things right back here. That was Flaker on the foul. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
All right, we are back. I want to give thanks tonight also to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Buy 3 and get 1 free tire sale is now on at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. That's buy 3 tires and get 1 free. Find your location at SherrillTire.com. Again, SherrillTire.com. And at the Serpro free throw line to try to complete the and one here is RJ Meadow. Foul was called on Flaker. That is good for RJ. RJ having himself another very good game early goings here. Williams, little spin move in the lane. That one blocked by Boyd. And Max Nelson into the game. Looks like we got Nelson. We're going to call the jump ball here. So Schober, Vogel, Nelson, Garski, Williams on the floor. Hildebrand, Vega, Boyd, Beggs, and Meadow for the Penguins here. that one, and a foul. They're going to get Hildebrand on that one. That's going to be his first. That will be the Penguins' first team foul here now at that 10-14 mark here. Pacelli trailing here by 6. Garski defended by Hildebrand, gets it over to Vogel. Vogel looks to go in with it. Nelson back over to Garski. Garski over to Williams. Williams tries to get it into Vogel here, and a foul going to be called on the floor here, and I think they're going to get Meadow on that one. It's going to be his first team foul. Team foul number 2, I believe, on that one. Yeah, it is actually 13-6 by my math. Might be what the officiating crew perhaps trying to, yep, that is the correct score, 13-6. Meadow with 6, Beggs with a 3, and then Vega and Miller with 2 points apiece here. So 13-6 our score. Pacelli will inbound it here. That's Sully Schober. He'll bounce it out. Back over to Garski. Garski back to Nelson. Nelson swings it over to Williams. Williams, Schober looking for the cutting. Garski goes back to Schober, back out to Vogel. And we'll stay here with Pacelli. So 9:39 remaining here in half number 1. Schober to inbound it. Looking for Nelson there, far side, back up to Garski, back over to Vogel. Williams, 3 ball on the way. That one gonna bounce off and stays here with the Cardinals here. Garski, 3 ball on the way, and that's Jaden Garski with 3 points. He had 5 on Monday night when these two teams last met. So 13-9 now our score here. The Cardinals trail by 4. That one, this is long. Sam Boyd there with a rebound. That one no good. Rebounded by Garski. Vogel, Nelson thought about it there momentarily. Does not necessarily take a lot of shots that match, but I know we've mentioned it so many times. Does so many of those different intangibles. Steals, assists, rebounds, loose ball. And one of those guys you're not going to see a lot of those things in the stat sheet. So Beggs comes out of there with a steal, looking to try to get baseline. He's going to swing it out to Boyd there. Back to Beggs, 3 ball corner. That one is no good, but Sam Boyd with a rebound. So back up top to Vega. Vega over to Hildebrandt, gets it back into Julian. Julian going, looking left there for Boyd, turned over back to Garski. Garski in transition up to Williams. Williams goes up with it, and he will be fouled on that one, so he'll shoot a pair. Will Jacob Williams. And that's going to go against Meadow, and I believe that's going to be his second, so that will be the team foul number 3 now here for Tri-County. Williams here to shoot a pair. Williams first is good, and Jake is good on that one. Crew Rebholz checking back in here for the Cardinals. And Luke Rasmussen back here for Tri-County as he replaces RJ Meadow. 8:13 here to go. Tri-County up 3 here. Williams, that one misses short. And rebounded by Rasmussen. Beggs. And Crew Rebholz there. Crew yet to get into the scoring column, but he had a nice night last time these two teams met with 13 points. Crew gets a rebound there. Garski swings it over to Williams. Williams Kicks it out to Rebholz. Rebholz goes in left with a little turnaround jumper on the way. That one misses short and rebounded by Rasmussen. Hildebrand into the front court over to Beggs. Beggs. And again, both student sections really kind of getting into that. So, and that one no good. Rebholz with a rebound. Williams. And that one is good for Jaden Garski. His second triple here, 6 points. They're all tied up here at 13 apiece with 7 minutes here to go, half number one. Vega was defended there by Garski momentarily and switched over by Schober. That one is going to miss. And Williams will track down the rebound for the Cardinals. Williams, dirty ball on the way, and Jacob Williams. 6 points on the game, and head coach Brian Sigenthaler will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff-Favor Real Estate Group.
I got referred to an orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with a smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
All right, we are back. I want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors. Salt on the roads, wreaking havoc on your vehicle. We'll stop at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Not only does salt make your car look nasty, but it can also cause damage to your vehicle. Keep it clean with the help of the Tommy Club membership. That's unlimited washes for one low monthly price. Weston, Wausau, Plover, and Stevens Point. Download the app today for 1 month free. Free vacuums, free automatic mat washers, all in less than 2 minutes, and all at Tommy's Express Car Wash. So good time to get your car washed here. So 6:32 here, 15-13 our score here. Tri-County a chance to go back out in front here. The Cardinals up 2. Back into Boyd. Boyd going to Meadow. Meadow goes up strong with it and count it for R.J. Meadow. And R.J. Meadow drawing the foul, and a nice take there by R.J. Is that foul? We'll go to the Serpro free throw line to try to complete the on one. That one's going to go against Garski. His first. Team foul number 5. That one no good. Williams back over to Rebholz. Rebholz going in with a little strong take by Rebholz. That one in and out. Rebounded by Sam Boyd. So back to Miller. Back to Meadow. .545 and counting here, all tied up here at 15 apiece in what we figured would be another very good basketball game. And Jake Williams going to be called for the foul. That's going to be his first. That will be the 6th team foul here, so one away from that single bonus in Williams' first. That'll back up to Hildebrand. Hildebrand. Beggs thought about it there momentarily. Flaker converging on that one. Nice take. Swings it out back to Hildebrand. Williams converging on the... And he's going to pick up his second foul on that one. So that, in a matter of about 25 seconds or so. So the 7th team foul now, which would generate the 1-and-1 here in the single bonus here for Tri-County and Seth Hildebrand to shoot the 1-and-1. First front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Hildebrandt. Looking to try to get back out in front here by a pair with a second on the way. Hildebrandt's second is up, and it is good. So Seth, 2 of 2 there from the Serve Pro free throw line to give his squad a 2-point lead. Back over to Flaker, back into the backcourt, back into Williams. Williams looking down low for Reimer, back up to Flaker. Garski back over to Reimer. Reimer defended there, nice defense there. Garski long 2, that one misses short. He'll get his own rebound. Nice little head fake by Jaden Garski. And has the wherewithal to get that one to go. So 7 points now for Jaden. So back to a tie game. Meadow 3-ball on the way, and RJ Meadow for 3. 11 points now for RJ. Again, had that big 20-point game on Monday night to lead all scores. So Tri-County back up 3 now. Swings it over to Flaker, 3-ball on the way. That one's going to miss long, and it will bounce back to Bryce. So back up top. The Cardinals reset it here. Rebholz going in with it. Goes up with it, leaves it short. Meadow comes out of there with a rebound. So Tri-County with that 3-point advantage here, looking to try to add to that here. Back over to Meadow. Again, RJ leads all scorers with 11 points here tonight. Nice little crossover goes in left, and RJ Meadow another one. And that guy is something else, folks. If you have not had a chance to see him, it's just a junior, a couple of juniors here with both Meadow and Beggs. And that one, let's see, we're going to get a foul here. Let's see who we get that on here. That will go against Rasmussen. That's going to be his. So I think they're going to get Beggs on that. So that was on Beggs. Flaker swings it back to Reimer, back to Rebholz as he tries to cut inside. Hildebrandt cuts it off back. Far side, Williams back to Flaker. Flaker had those 4 triples on Monday night, so certainly has the ability to get things going from the outside. Rebholz back to Garski, left alone there, and Jaden Garski for 3. Garski having a pretty good game here as he's got 10 points here tonight. And that one turned back over here, and both Rasmussen and Vega will check in for both Boyd and Hildebrandt now. 3:14 here to go in the first half. Tri-County out front here 22-20. As Garski into the front court here, near side. Back into Flaker. Flaker cut off there, Rasmussen. And they're going to get Rasmussen with a foul, it looks like. That's going to be his first. So that will be team foul number 5 now. So Williams to inbound it here. Back up to Garski. Garski brings it over to Flaker. Williams looking for Rebholz. Long tooth that goes, that one no good. Williams comes out of there with a rebound, hustling for the board, goes up with it, and Jacob Williams. 8 points here tonight. And Coach Sigenthaler calls a timeout, 22 squared here, 2:43 to go. Half number 1 you're listening to and watching high school boys basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoffaver Real Estate Group.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
And we are back here. I want to give thanks tonight to Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality that you can trust, and only at Infinity Exteriors. So 2:37 here to go. Half number one, all squared at 22. Back to Vega. Vega goes left with it, cut off by Williams. Williams and Reimer, they're both converging there on Vega. Vega nearly loses the handle. Resets back to Meadow. Meadow long two if it goes. That one is no good. Flaker with the rebound. So back over to Reimer. Reimer back over to Rebholz. Rebholz kick out to Garski. That one misses short. And Beggs comes out of there with a rebound. Vega defended there, gets a step on Reimer, goes in with it. That one no good. And it's going to go back to the Cardinals here. Garski, Williams, and Flaker here in the backcourt. Pressure applied by Tri-County. Swings it over to Rebholz. Back into Rebholz, and crew Rebholz with his first 2 points. Pacelli now back out in front here. 24-22, minute and a half to go here in half number one. As Beggs hands it off there to Miller. Miller back up to Meadow, over to Beggs, who thought about it there momentarily, has the ability to knock those down. Gets it into Meadow. Meadow turn around. And R.J. Meadow having just another nice day at the office for R.J. So Flaker back to Williams. Williams takes it inside. Little turnaround jumper. That one no good. Beggs comes out of there with a rebound. The 2-on-3 here. And Vega goes up with it. And Julian Vega with 4 points now. So Tri-County back up by 2 here. 26-24 in a Flaker bounces it into Reimer. Reimer goes up with it and scored for Nolan Reimer. 40 seconds here to go in this opening half. All squared, tied up here, 26 apiece. Tri-County, in all likelihood, will probably try to generate the last shot of this first half, you would think. And go into the locker room with it, potentially with that lead. Hands it off to Vega. Chances are probably will dribble it down to under 10 seconds, probably under 7 seconds or so, and then look for that high percentage shot. So Beggs goes in with it, goes up with it, and he will draw the foul. So a foul called here. So Gage Beggs going to go to that Serve Pro free throw line. And that's going to go against Bryce Flaker. That's going to be his third personal team foul. Number 8 now, Beggs. That one is up, and it is good for Gage. So Gage now with 4 points here tonight. Sully Schober checking in for Nolan Reimer. Beggs second on the way here from that Serve Pro free throw line. The infamous Serve Pro free throw line, in fact, and that one is good as well. So 5 points now for Gage Beggs. Garski, that one long three, good if it goes. It does not, and it's 28-26 at the half here. We 28-26, very similar scoring in terms of that last game. We'll take a brief pause. We'll catch our breath here. We'll run through the first half scoring in just a few here. You are listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Hey!
You're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Ooh. Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
All right, we are back here. Want to certainly give thanks to all of our game day sponsors, as you saw here. So we will run through the first half scoring again. Tri-County out front here at the half, 28-26. We will start with the visiting Cardinals here of Stevens Point. Pacelli, first half scoring leaders here tonight. Jaden Garski leading the way here with 10 first half points, 8 in the first half for Jacob Williams, 4 tonight, first half for Bryce Flaker. And then you get 2 points apiece for both Crew Rebholes and Nolan Reimer, the 26 team points here for the Cardinals here of Stevens Point. Pacelli, in terms of fouls, I guess in terms of foul trouble, if you will, Bryce Flaker does have those 3 personal fouls. Jacob Williams and Nolan Reimer both with 2 personal fouls, and Jaden Garski has a foul here in that first half. We'll switch things over here to Tri-County. Again, the 28 team points here, and RJ Meadow with 15 here in the first half. And then you get Gage Beggs with 5 first half points, 4 first half points for Julian Vega, and then 2 points apiece for both Seth Hildebrandt and Isaac Miller. Again, the 28 team points here for the Penguins of Tri-County. And again, 28-26, our halftime score. We'll take just a brief few moments here. We'll bring you right back here. We'll have our second half in just a few moments. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Excuse me. Is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
All right, we are back here. We'll go through our first half scoring here one more time. Here, the Tri-County Penguins. Again, big game here for them. They win tonight. They still have a chance at a share of that CWC South conference here. Pacelli, of course, if they win tonight, at least by my math, would clinch the conference outright here. But still a lot of basketball here and a very competitive game, just as you would have really expected here. Again, we'll start with the Cardinals here, Stevens Point. Pacelli, first half scoring leaders here tonight. Jaden Garski with 10 points in the first half. And then you get Jake Williams with 8 points. 4 first half points for Bryce Flaker. 2 points tonight for, again, Nolan Reimer and Crew Rebholz, the 2016 points here. And again, foul trouble here. Bryce Flaker, he's got 3 personal fouls, both Jake Williams and Nolan Reimer with 2 fouls apiece, and then Jaden Garski with 1 foul. Turning things over here to the Penguins here of Tri-County. They big first half for RJ Meadow with 15 first half points. Just around his average, and that's all just in that first half. And then you get 5 points here for Gage Beggs in the first half, 4 tonight for Julian Vega, and then 2 points apiece for both Isaac Miller and South Hildebrandt, the 2018 points here. Second half moments away here, and expect this to be, I would expect, very competitive wire-to-wire by all counts here. Again, the 2 top teams in this CWC South Conference. Pacelli, they'll be off now until next Friday. They will host the Panthers of Pittsville next Friday the 20th. And then they'll finish off the regular season over in Port Edwards on February 26th. And then Tri-County, they will host Wanawak Center. It's a non-conference game Tuesday night, February 17th. And then on the road for a conference game over at Wild Rose next Friday the 20th. And then they will finish out their regular season on Thursday, February 26th, where they will host the Hornets of Roshold here. So second half about just a few seconds away or so. Want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors, one of them being Nicolay Bank. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Location in Edgar, so had a chance to follow them. That's one of the perennial football programs in the state, Edgar Wildcats. Of course, legendary head coach Jerry Sins over there. And they're always right up there, Edgar. So one of those many locations for Nicolay Bank. So second half underway here again. The Penguins out here with a 2-point lead. Into the backcourt to Garski. We are underway here, second half. Garski into the front court here. Gets it over to Williams, right side there. Back up to Garski, into Vogel gets his start in the second half. Rebholz 3-ball on the way, and that one banked in, and Crew Rebholz, I'm not sure if he called glass or not, but either way, it's going to go down in the stat sheet as a 3 there. So Rebholz now with 5 in the game. So Beggs back over to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt swings it back over to Beggs. Corner there, going in with it, and a foul called, and that's Isaac Miller. with a chance to complete the and one. So they're going to get Harrison Vogel on the foul. That's going to be Harry's first personal team foul, number 1 now here. So Isaac Miller at the Serb-Pro free throw line with a chance to complete the and one. And he will do just that. So Isaac Miller with 5 points now. Garski and Williams in the backcourt. 3 Penguins, and that a turnover there. And Beggs with a 3-on-2. He'll go up with it and he'll score. So Gage Beggs with 7 in the game. So Tri-County now back out in front here by 4. Flaker back into the front court looking for Vogel. Vogel back over to Garski. Garski into Williams. Williams. Flaker sizing that one up there for a moment. Sends it back to Flaker. That's a 3 if it goes, and it does. Bryce Flaker knocking down the triple. 7 points now for Bryce. So back to a 1-point game here. Tri-County out front here, 33-32. As Miller goes into the lane, kicks it out to Hildebrand, far side, corner 3, and that one is good for South Hildebrand. He's got 5 now in the game. Back into Garski. Garski across the timeline up to Flaker, back over to Vogel. Vogel going up with it, and Vogel leaves that one long. And Miller will come out of there with a rebound. So Tri-County now with a 4-point lead. Looking to try to add to that. Nice little take. Lane Miller, that one no good. Kick out, 3 on the way. That one in and out. And rebounded by Miller. Tries to get the reverse layup to go. That one no good, and Flaker will come out of there with a rebound. Back into Rebholz, corner 3 on the way, and that one is good for Crew Rebholz. Again, one of those guys that can knock that triple down, his second triple in about the last 90 seconds here or so. So Crew now with 8 points in the game. Tri-County clinging to that 1-point lead here, 36-35. Beggs swings it over to Hildebrand. Beggs, top of the key, 3-ball. That one's going to miss short. And Flaker will get the rebound here. So Garski going to slow things down just a little bit here for the Cardinals. Back over to Williams. Williams looking to bounce it into Flaker. There, Rasmussen cuts it off and comes out of there with a steal up to Beggs. Beggs, and they're going to say he went over and back there, so that's going to be turned over back to the Cardinals here with 15:02. A 1-point game here. So Vogel checks out. It looks like Nolan Reimer into the game now for the Cardinals. So Garski back over to Flaker, far side, gets it into Williams. Williams back over to Reimer. Reimer takes it inside, gonna go up with it, and he will score it as Nolan Reimer. And he gets the hoop and the harm. And the foul gonna go against, I think they're gonna get Meadow, I believe, and that's gonna be his 3rd. So both teams down with a foul apiece here, and Reimer looking to try to complete the and one. And he will do that. So Reimer now with 5 in the game. Sully Schober checking in here for the Cardinals in place of Jaden Garski. Garski exiting with those first 10 points in that first half. Cardinals now with a 2-point advantage here, 38-36. Up top to Miller, defended there by Reimer. A little spin move, taken to the lane, and that one's good for Isaac Miller. Isaac with 7 now. And I think that's going to go against Meadow, and that's going to be his 4th. So Coach Sigenthaler will go to his bench here with that fourth foul picked up there by RJ, and Julian Vega will check into the game now at the 14:25 mark. Williams back over to Reimer. Rebholz near side, left side. Step back jumper, and Crew calling glass on that one. He's up to 10 points now. So Pacelli back out front here, 40-38. Nice little take by Miller. Kick out 3. Hildebrand 3-ball on the way. That one no good. Rebholz comes out of there with a long rebound, and Miller going to be called for that foul. That's going to be his first personal foul. So that will be the third team foul here at the 13:57 mark in half number 2. Williams into the front court, picked up there by Baggs, looking to bounce it into Flaker. That one will stay here. So Schober back up top to Rebholz. Rebholz, 3 ball on the way. That one in and out. Skying for the board there is Isaac Miller. For one of those guys, he's already knocked a couple down here tonight. Vega going in right, and Reimer with a block. So Williams now in transition. And they're going to say a foul on the floor here. We'll see. And that's going to go against Rasmussen. That's going to be his second personal, team foul number 4 now. So Sam Boyd checking in for Tri-County in place of Rasmussen. Reimer kicks it out to Schober, corner 3. That one no good. And Vega with a rebound. Vega back up to Beggs. Hildebrandt, that's a long 3. That one misses long, and Reimer comes out of there with a rebound. And that one's going to be turned over. So the unforced error there for the Cardinals. Want to give thanks tonight to Home Furniture. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture: sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover here. So our Nason-Ville Dairy scoreboard showing Pacelli with a 2-point lead here early going. Rebholz able to block that one out of there, up in front to Reimer. He'll go up with it, unable to convert that little finger roll there, about left a little short. Going up with it, and Schober showing a little bit of that athleticism there. Sully, that one left short. So back to the Tri-County Penguins we go. Back and forth. And Baggs 3-ball, that one no good. Boyd with the rebound, kicks it out to Vega. Vega, that one is long, and Williams with a rebound. Williams, nice little crossover, gets it back over to Schober. Schober in the lane with it, goes up with it, and he is going to draw the foul here. They're going to get Sam Boyd, I believe. So that'll be Sam's first. Schober at the line for the Cardinals. And that one no good for Sully. He'll get a second. Jaden Garski back in for the Cardinals. In relief of Bryce Flaker here at the 12:23 mark here. Schober second on the way. That one is good. So Sully and a timeout here by Tri-County. We'll take a brief pause here. Pacelli out front here, 40-38. We'll bring it right back. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Hoff-Favor Real Estate Group.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com. All
right, Angelica Dean giving me the thumbs up here. So back here, our Nason-Ville Dairy scoreboard showing here the Pacelli Cardinals out front here. 41-38 here with 12:23 to go in this one. And another barn burner in the making here out in Plainfield. So into the front court here is Isaac Miller, back over to Vega. Miller looking right here, swings it into Beggs. Beggs down low into Boyd. Boyd Back over to Vega, swings it Hildebrand, 3-ball corner. That one will miss short, and Crew Rebholz comes out of there with the rebound. So under that 12-minute mark here. Again, everybody getting their money's worth out here in Plainfield. So Beggs back to Miller. Beggs going baseline. And that one picked off by Garski. Garski back to Williams. Williams will take the three. That one no good. Beggs skying for the rebound. Beggs, nice little move down there. Gets it back to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt, that one misses short. And Vega with the rebound. Back over to Boyd, back to Beggs. Beggs hands it off to Vega there. Defended up high here. Near side, right side by Schober. Back over to Miller. Miller with Vega going into the lane. Goes up with it and scored for Julian Vega. So nice little hesitation dribble and able to get that extra step. 6 points now for Julian. Back to a 1-point game now. Reimer. Nice little spin move by Nolan Reimer, and Nolan Reimer showing some little shake and bake there now. So he's got 7 points in the game. So Pacelli back up front here by 3. Boyd down low, back to Beggs. Beggs going up with it. That one, Schober able to tip that one out of there, and Rebholz comes out of there with back to Garski. Jaden over to Reimer, 3-ball on the way. That one is no good. Julian Vega with a rebound. Vega back up to Hildebrandt. Back into Miller. Miller resetting it here for the Penguins. Back to Beggs. Miller, nice little step, nice little spin move. That one is good. And Isaac Miller now with heating up a little bit. 9 in the game for Isaac. Under 10 to go in this one. Reimer, and that one is turned over back. The 2-on-2 here. Miller, that one no good. Hildebrandt bounces it back to Vega. 3-ball good if it goes, and it does. Julian Vega, the triple here. So 9 points now for Julian. And head coach John Shirk will take a timeout. 9:20 to go here. 45-43 our score. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoffaver Real Estate Group.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
All right, we are back here, 9:20 here to go in this one. I want to give thanks tonight to Valley Communities Credit Union. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been part of your hometown team. Local, trusted, strong. A Valley Communities Credit Union where community comes first, and federally insured by NCUA. So Max Nelson into the game now for Pacelli. Floats it out to Garski, back right side there, back up to Nelson. So just a very good basketball game here, conference game here between, I would say, the two premier teams in this conference as we know it. Vega, that one back up to Boyd, so Boyd will get it over to Beggs. Beggs going left with it, cut off there by Rebholz, gets his step, little step back jumper, a la James Harden. That one picked up by Boyd. That one no good. Boyd comes out of there with a rebound. Hildebrandt. And Vega. Williams again playing with those, I guess Jake has 2 fouls here. Flaker with 3 personal fouls, but Miller, a little crossover, swings it back. That's Vega near side here, looking to get it inside to Boyd, and we're going to get a foul called on the floor. And they're going to get Max Nelson on that one. That's going to be his first. That's going to be the second team foul now. So Julian Vega inbounded here for Tri-County. Back over to Hildebrandt, back up to Beggs. Rebholz defending up high there. Nelson defending on Beggs, little step back jumper, that one no good. Williams with a rebound here, 7:42 to go in this one. Pacelli again trailing here by 2. Back up top to Garski. Flaker sends it right side there by Garski. Goes into the lane, step back jumper on the way. That one no good. Rebholz comes out of there with a rebound. Goes back up with it. He will draw the foul. Will Crew Rebholz. And that's going to be the 6th team foul here for Tri-County. It's going to go against Boyd, it looks like, and Rebholz good on the first. 11 points here now for Crew. Looking to tie things up here. Second one on the way, and that one is good for Crew as well. So 12 points here tonight for Crew. All tied up here near in that 7-minute mark here, and swings it over to Beggs. Beggs working on Williams. Williams, pretty good defense there, and Beggs back out to Vega, and that one going to get turned back over here to the Cardinals here. Under 7 minutes to go in this one. As our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here showing 45-45. Garski back up to Williams. Williams across the timeline, gets it far side, right side, back to Maximus Nelson. Or Max, one of the two. Garski. Flaker goes up with it. Williams comes out of there with a rebound, back up to Garski. Garski, Boyd with a rebound. So under 6.5 here to go. Beggs working on Williams. Back out to Hildebrandt. Seth looking for Vega there. And a foul going to be called. It's going to be the third team foul, I should say. And that's going to be the 4th on Bryce Flaker. So RJ Meadow back into the game here for Tri-County play. Of course, he's playing with those 4 fouls. And that one nearly turned over, but Tri-County able to keep things in play. Even that 6-minute mark here. Meadow hands it back off to Beggs. Beggs right side, hand off to Vega. Vega defended up by Reimer. Williams back on Meadow here. Back up to Miller. Miller. And that one picked off by Nolan Reimer. Reimer bounces it into Williams, and he's unable to hang on to that one. Back to the Penguins we go here. 5:25 here to go, all tied up here at 45 apiece. Meadow had that 15 points in the first half, but working with those 4 fouls. So back over to Miller, 3 ball on the way. That one no good. Boyd with a rebound. And back to the Cardinals we go. Want to give thanks tonight to Stevens Point Orthopedics. Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this winter. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. That's 715-344-0701, and that's Stevens Point Orthopedic. Bryce Flaker going in with it, and Bryce on the board now here. So he's got 9 in the game, does Bryce. 4:45 here. Pacelli now back out front here by 2:47:45. Meadow working on Flaker there. Again, Bryce playing with those 4 fouls. Meadow 3-ball, that one no good. Williams comes out of there with a rebound. So another good, close basketball game. Getting your money's worth. And these games are fun to call, regardless of the outcome. Always fun to call these, and Reimer goes up with it. And Nolan Reimer, 7 points in the half, 9 in the game here. So Pacelli now back to a 4-point lead, back over to Beggs. Beggs, screen there by Miller. And high ball screen here, so Beggs will survey it back up. Nice little spin move. And a blocking foul, let's see, that is going to go against it's going to go against Garski. That's going to be his second, so 4th team foul now here for Pacelli. 3:44 to go in this one. Beggs. And the back pass there. Meadow goes baseline. Nice take by Meadow. That one no good. And back to Vega. Vega goes up baseline. That one no good. Kick out Beggs. Back over to Vega. 3-ball. That good if it goes. And Julian Vega with a triple. And that one. So that one. I get a foul there. That's going to go against Miller. So 50-49 now our score. So Williams will try County now in front here by 1. That one is up, and it is good for Jake. 9 points here tonight. His first point here in the second half, however. Had 8 points in the first half, so tied up here at 50 apiece. Second one on the way, and that one is good as well. So Williams gets his team back out to a 1-point lead here with 3:12 to go if and when the clock starts. So So 3:08 on the clock now here. The 5 second or so there that elapsed. And Tri-County back into Miller here, going to get it back up to Vega. Vega being defended high by Reimer. Back over to Meadow. Meadow Beggs trying to get into the lane here. That one sends it back over to Beggs. 3-ball on the way. That one is no good. But Meadow there with a rebound. And Reimer comes out of there with a rebound. And they're going to say Sam Boyd. I think they're going to get Boyd anyways. So that will be his third. So Pacelli now with that 1-point lead here. Yeah, the 1-1 here with that 8 team fouls on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. Head coach John Shirk takes time out here. We'll take a brief pause, bring it right back. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Hoff-Faber Real Estate Group.
Littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
All right, we are back here. 2:27 here to go in this one. Cardinals now shooting. Jake Williams will shoot the 1-1. The 1 plus the bonus here for Williams. Or beg your pardon, that's Nolan Reimer will shoot the 1-1 for Pacelli. So that's Nolan's first trip to the free throw line here. Front end of the 1-1. That one is up, and that one rattles out for Nolan. So back to Tri-County we go here. So trailing by 1 here, a chance to go back in front here for the Penguins. Bounces it into Boyd, goes up to Meadow. Meadow scores it, and RJ Meadow. 19 on the game for RJ. So Tri-County now back up here by 1. Long swing pass, gets it to Rebholz. Rebholz goes up with it, and Crew scores it. 14 now for Crew. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. Gage Begg swings it over to Vega. Vega working into his right. That one up and out. That one. And that one going to be tipped around and back to the Cardinals we go here. So Pacelli with that 1 point lead here with 1:49 to go in this one. Into the backcourt. Williams across the timeline over to Flaker. Flaker playing with those 4 personal fouls here. Swings it back over to Garski. And Williams to reset things here. So Pacelli with that 1 point lead certainly does not necessarily need to be in any kind of hurry. And Tri-County with those 18 fouls. So I would send Pacelli to the line, and Sam Boyd gonna foul Crew Rebholz here. So Crew will shoot. And that's going to be Sam's 4th personal foul here, team foul number 9. So Crew, his 2nd trip to the line here now. 14 in the game. Had 13 the other night when these 2 teams last in action. Front end of the 1-1, that one no good for Crew. Boyd comes out of there with the rebound here. So closing in on a minute here to go in this one. Back to Miller. Miller bounces that one off of his and over the back here. So a little bit of a break there for the Cardinals here now. So 1:05 to go in this one. As our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard showing you, Pacelli with that 1 point lead, and Tri-County will take the timeout. I think we're going to keep things here, Angelica, just by virtue of the fact that we've got 1:05. Would certainly hate to miss any of these last 65 seconds or so. Again, a very good basketball game, as we certainly well imagined it would have been. 2 premier basketball teams in this conference, and both these teams really featuring a lot of underclassmen here. Very junior heavy team, both the Cardinals and Tri-County. So these are a couple teams that will certainly be in the fray here, at least certainly beyond this year as well, next year and beyond, you would think here. But again, 53-52 our score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here tonight. Angelica Dean doing our production, doing a great job as always. Brandon Barroncut on the call of this one here. We'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Whoever would come out of here victorious will certainly do our Nasonville Dairy post-game show with either head coach Brian Sigenthaler and a player of the game from Tri-County, or from Pacelli with head coach John Shirk or a player of the game there. But still, plenty of ball left here. 65 seconds here showing again on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Pacelli will inbound it back into the backcourt up to Garski. And certainly a foul would stop the clock, but it would also put Pacelli at the line. And more importantly, that would be a 10th team foul, and that would mean 2 free throws on the double bonus, and that's what's going to be the case here. As that will be the 10th team foul here, so the double bonus now for Garski. Jaden with 10 points here tonight. All of those in the first half. That one is up, and it is good. So Seth Hildebrand checks in now for Isaac Miller. I beg your pardon, that's Sam Boyd checking out here. So 51.5 showing on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Second one, that one no good for Garski. But Pacelli somehow able to come out of there now with a 54-52 lead. And Flaker gonna get it back out to Rebholz. Under 40 to go on this one. And Williams gonna get fouled there, and Tri-County over the limit now. So Williams to the line here for the Cardinals. 10 points now for Jake. Chance to possibly make it a 2. Well, not technically, I guess, but 3-point bucket and a foul would really only be a 1 possession. So Sam Boyd checking back in here for Julian Vega. Second one on the way for Williams. That one misses short. And Bryce Flaker there to clean things up. So Flaker, 11 points in the game now, 4-point lead, under 30 seconds to go in this one. Beggs going in with a nice tech by Gage Beggs. So Beggs and 23.4, 56-54. We're going to keep things right here. Beggs with a nice, very little clock on that one here. So this one far from over. Looks like both Pacelli now, beg your pardon, Tri-County out of timeouts now. Pacelli still has those 2 timeouts left here. 56-54 our score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here tonight. Again, we'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. And as we mentioned here, pretty nice crowd here. Again, we figured there would be, certainly. Again, 2 very good basketball programs here. As head coach John Shirk and head coach Brian Sigenthaler talking things over here with his final 24 seconds back on the clock now. So the Cardinals will inbound it here. Tri-County would be over the limit here in fouls, so it would be Flaker gets it back up to Reimer. Reimer gets himself into some trouble there, and Williams able to chase that one down, and they are going to say, let's see here, I tell you, hard to tell from this angle. That's why I'm up here and not down there. They're going to talk things over those here. It's the 18.3 on the clock, so let's see. They're going to keep it here. So we'll stay here with the Cardinals with 18.3, 2-point lead. Reimer going to have to. So Pacelli with that. They'll have 1 timeout left now after that one called. 18.3 on the clock here. They'll still have that one timeout, so this timeout certainly very crucial at this stage of the game here, certainly with all things considered. Getting down kind of that nitty-gritty in terms of regular season here. Hard to believe the brackets for the girls, that'll be released on Sunday. I believe that's probably around 11 or 12 or so for the girls WIAA bracket. So girls across the state will find out their postseason destiny on Sunday. The boys' brackets would be the following week, also on a Sunday here. But 18.3 to go on this one. Pacelli will inbound it here. They do have one timeout left. So Flaker will inbound it. And he's going to get it up to Williams. Williams going to try to do a little bit of keep away here. And about 4 seconds come off the clock there, but Tri-County over the limit now, so a double bonus. Jake Williams now will shoot a pair. RJ Meadow set to check back in here for Tri-County. Williams first on the way. That one is good. Jake Williams, 11 in the game. So that was Ashton LaHoulier, number 14. Williams second on the way. That one, and we're going to get a lane violation, going to be the call. And it will go back to Plainfield Tri-County. So Pacelli with that lane violation, very critical here because just a 3-point game here. So 14.6, another barn burner out here in Tri-County. Beggs. Tri-County out of timeouts here. Hildebrand long three ball all the way! Seth Hildebrand for 3. And another one, 3-point for Seth Hildebrand. And we are tied back up here, 57 apiece. And I'll tell you what, would not expect anything else on a night like tonight. A little bit of foreshadowing, but Pacelli, this has been another one of those games, folks. You get your, $3, $4, $5, whatever the admission is, certainly worth the price of admission, no doubt. But Hildebrand coming up clutch there, so 8 points now for Seth. But Pacelli with their last timeout, so both teams out of timeouts here, but just the 4.6 seconds remaining here. You have to thank head coach John Shirk drawing up a play here to possibly have the walk-off. I don't recall how many seconds were on the clock Monday night. It was I think it was 7 seconds at that point. It was 46-46 on Monday night. And of course, Bryce Flaker with that walk-off winner back Monday night from 35 feet or so away. But again, this if you have high blood pressure, this does not help. I do not, but if you do, some do, this would definitely be the time where that might go up just a little bit here. So 5.1 on the clock here on the Masonville Dairy scoreboard. So head coach Sigenthaler shouting out orders. Jake Williams. Little jump shot by Williams on the way. That one no good. And we are heading to overtime here, the overtime period. Williams, and we will take a brief pause here. 57-57, the end of regulation here. We'll take a brief pause. We'll bring it right back here. You're listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Haw Favor Real Estate. Overtime just a few moments away.
Good evening. evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
All right, we are back here, so a little bit of bonus basketball here. 4 minutes of overtime ball here, 57 all. Here again on our Masonville Dairy scoreboard. Again, a very nice crowd here tonight. A very pivotal game here for Tri-County as well, as they look to try to keep at least their hopes of at least a share of that CWC South Conference at bay here. So we'll get another 4 minutes of ball here in Tri-County. Rebholes and Beggs will tip things off here. And the tip is won, so Tri-County will win the tip here. So RJ Meadow into the front court here for Plainfield. Swings it back over to Beggs. Beggs back over to Meadow. Meadow goes in right with it, gives it over to Vega. Vega defended there by Reimer. Back out to Beggs. Beggs handed off to Meadow. Meadow, you got Vega far side there, defended up high by Reimer, and back to Beggs. Beggs directing some traffic here for the Tri-County squad here. Hildebrandt with that big clutch three to get this thing into overtime here. Sam Boyd back over to Vega. Vega looking baseline now and stolen away. And Bryce Flaker with a steal. 3:16 here to go in overtime out here in Tri-County. Back to Reimer, far side, right side, back up to Flaker. Flaker to Garski. He'll get it back to Williams. Williams back into Garski, back to Reimer. Reimer goes in right with it, goes up with it, and Nolan Reimer with a big bucket there for the junior there. So Nolan having himself a pretty nice night here. Pacelli back out front here, 59-57. Vega working right with it. Vega goes up with it, and Julian Vega bounces it into Garski. 2:30 to go in this 59. Rebholes three ball on the way. That one rims in and out. Gage Beggs with a rebound. So Tri-County a chance to go back up here on top. And there's Hildebrandt to kick out to Meadow. That one is no good, and Williams will come down with a rebound. Garski into the front court. Nearing that 2-minute here mark. Gets it into Reimer. Reimer swings it out to Flaker. Flaker goes in right, swings it back to Williams. Three ball, that one's short. And Beggs, ball tipped to Beggs here. So under a minute 50 to go in overtime. And as you would have expected, this one has been just as I expected. Looking to bounce it in there. That one turned over, so Garski going to come out of there with it. Garski back to Flaker, right side. Gets it back into Reimer. Reimer swings it over to Garski. Garski back to Rebholes. Pacelli looking to take some time off the clock here. Again, probably not necessarily in any big hurry, as Tri-County over the limit with 10 in terms of fouls here, so I think probably they're going to try to wind it down as best they can, potentially force Tri-County to maybe foul, but Tri-County, you have to think, well aware of the situation, would put them back. Double bonus, so Williams goes up with it, and Jacob Williams with a little runner, and Jacob Williams doing Jacob Williams type things. Junior Jacob Williams, so Isaac Miller back into the game. He'll replace Julian Vega, so Williams 13 in the game. Williams, and one is in and out. And back to the Cardinals we go, and let's see the call on the floor. I think that's going to go against Let's. It's going to go against Beggs, so that's going to be his second. So Flaker here shooting the double bonus. First one is up, and that one is good for Bryce Flaker. 12 points now tonight for Bryce. Lead up 3 now here for the Cardinals. Second on the way is up, and it is no good. Sam Boyd comes out of there with the rebound. So 62-59. Beggs into the front court, gets it back over to Meadow. Meadow, a little floater in the lane. That one no good. Flaker with a strong rebound, and up to Reimer. And Williams was able to escape. Would have had the easy 2 there, but foul going to be called here. We're going to. So Garski will shoot a pair here. Julian Vega back, set to check back in, and Garski is good on his first in that double bonus. Vega back into the game now for Sam Boyd. Pacelli now with that 4-point lead, 25.2 here to go. Both teams with a timeout left. Garski's second is on the way. That one is no good. And Pacelli able to salvage the rebound there into the back over to Williams. Williams going to be fouled by Hildebrand. He'll go to the line for that double bonus. Will Jake. Chance to extend the lead here. 4-point game would be a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Because technically, 4-point lead is a 1 possession game. Williams first is on the way. That one's going to miss short. Williams' second is on the way, and that one is good for Jake. So now a 5-point lead here. Beggs gets it back to Miller. Miller swings it out to Beggs. 3-ball on the way. Beggs, that one is going to miss short, but it's going to go off Garski, and it will stay here with 7.6. And a timeout called. We're going to keep things right here, though, with 7.6. 64-59 our score out. Again, our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. This one certainly far from over. I mean, it's not over really until it's over in my book. So still a lot of game left here. Coach John Shirk, no doubt, looking to try to finish off the series here. And we'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show at the conclusion of this one here. So Pacelli now out of timeouts. Tri-County has that 1 timeout remaining here. 7.6, so probably thinking a quick 3 and then probably a quick foul in all likelihood, I guess, with that 5-point. So Hildebrand will inbound it here for Tri-County. Gets it back to Beggs. Beggs over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand 3-ball on the way. That one is no good. Miller comes out with a rebound, and Miller going to be fouled. He will go to the line. The chance to complete the and 1 for Isaac Miller. He's having himself a pretty nice night as well. 11 points here tonight. And Tri-County will take their final timeout here in this overtime period, trailing here by 3. Miller a chance to make it a 2-point game here, but just the 0.6. But we saw that last night, UW-Stevens Point and the Falcons of River Falls. Kind of a similar circumstance. Pointers trailed in that one, but had that 0.6. But either way here, Angelica doing our production, doing a good job, Angelica. She is indeed. Brandon Barron on the call of this one here. Again, our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard showing here the Cardinals with a 3-point lead, but Isaac Miller has a chance to try to make it a 2-point game, but they'll be just under a full tick on the proverbial Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. So Miller to try to complete the and one here for Tri-County. Again, he's having a very good game tonight, is Isaac. 11 points here, looking to try to add to that. The and one from Miller on the way. And that one is no good. Reimer will come out of there with a rebound. And that will be a final here, 64-61. Pacelli victorious here tonight. Another barn burner of a basketball game, and a good basketball game. Boy, these are fun to do. No matter how you slice it, dice it, saute it, these are fun games to be able to call regardless of the winner here. But again, we'll have our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. We'll get a few words, hopefully, with head coach John Shirk and a player or two in our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player. We'll bring it right back here in just a few moments. Again, you've been listening to and watching high school boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports, presented tonight by the Hoff-Favor Real Estate Group.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Good. All right, we are back here. First of all, Coach, congratulations, you guys. Very spirited victory. This was another really good basketball game. And again, you guys are a young team. Tri-County is a relatively young team. You knew it was going to be worth the price of admission. Talk about a game like tonight.
Yeah, well, I think it was. I think everybody that came out tonight was definitely had a good show. Both teams are very comparable and fight really hard and have a lot of desire. Coach is doing a phenomenal job at Tri-County. They have some great athletes. And he's a great guy, and you can tell he's really getting these boys to believe. So kudos to them. On our end of it, I was very impressed. I was impressed how being on their home floor, we would get up, they would come back. We would get up, they would come back. I think it took a lot of digging down in our gut to fight through the tiredness, the loud crowd, to be able to pull this off. So this is why you have the whole team. It was a team victory. You and the guys cheering on the bench, even the guys in practice getting the guys that are on the floor ready. So this is definitely for the team.
For the team, Coach, definitely a great victory, and I think. Still a couple games left, but I think by my math, you guys are you would be the outright champs here tonight.
We are outright champs.
Outright champs. So, first of all, congrats to you, Coach. Again, you guys have no seniors, a lot of juniors, but you give credit to Tri-County because I'll tell you what, that is a well-coached team. Some very good ball players there, guys like Meadow and Beggs and Hildebrandt and. You guys are going to be at least for the next year or two here.
Well, the thing is, we're going to be battling again next year. They only lose one kid, in my understanding, in the rotation. So these games are going to be the exact same way next year. So we're looking forward to it. Great basketball in Central Wisconsin, and we're just having a lot of fun while we're doing it. So.
Well, Coach, I'll give you the fist bump.
Thank you.
We'll get the whole team in the house. I think we'll do just that.
We got Crew over here right for you.
Do you want to talk? We'll talk to Crew a little bit. Sure. Crew, you make me look quite short here, so I won't stand on my tiptoes too much. But Crew, first of all, congratulations. You're a sophomore. You had another nice night here. You had 14 points, 12 of those in the second half, and really those 12 points in that second half, really kind of the momentum. Talk about a game like this, because Coach said it best. These are two good bucket teams battling here.
I think we just played our best basketball of the day. We really locked in on defense and played as a team. We don't always look to take the shot and just pass it around and look for the best shot.
All right, I love it. We got Bryce too. Is Bryce going to say a few words? Okay. Bryce, couple words from you there, sir.
Feels amazing. No, we haven't done this in a while. It's been a struggle for years and years, but I'm just happy to do it with my team.
Bryce, we got to give you a fist pump too. Anybody else, or let's get the whole team in. We'll get you guys, since you guys, it was a team effort, certainly. We'll get everybody in here. We'll get coaches too, why not? We'll get you guys all in the house. We'll get you all in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. So what we'll do is I'll count 3, 2, 1. I'll move out of the way. I'll have you guys say, we are the Pacelli Cardinals and we are in the house. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
We are the Pacelli Cardinals and we're in the house!
All right, congratulations, guys. That is the Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals here. As Coach mentioned here, the outright CWC Conference champs here. Again, a very spirited basketball game. Give all the credit in the world to Tri-County because Tri-County is certainly a very, very good basketball team. These are two teams that you have to think will be battling on the hardwood here next year as well, and potentially this year again as well. But let's walk through our scoring here. We will start with the Penguins here of Tri-County. They get 19 points tonight for R.J. Meadow. You get 14 points for Julian Vega, 11 points tonight for Isaac Miller. 9 points tonight for Gage Beggs, 8 points for Seth Hildebrandt. Again, the 61 team points here for the Penguins of Tri-County. We'll switch things over to Pacelli. They get leading the way tonight. Co-leaders tonight, Jake Williams and Crew Rebholes with 14 points apiece here tonight. You get 12 points tonight from Bryce Flaker and Jaden Garski. 11 points for Nolan Reimer, and the 1 point tonight for Sully Schoberg in the 64-61 final out here at Tri-County. Both teams will be back in action. Tri-County 3 games left. They'll host Wanawak Center on next Tuesday. And then they will be at Wild Rose next Friday the 20th. And then they'll host Rochelle to conclude their regular season on Thursday the 26th. The Cardinals, they will have Pittsville. They'll host Pittsville next Friday the 20th. And then they'll be at Port Edwards Thursday, February 26th to close out the regular season. Boy, I'm losing my voice here, folks. But great game of basketball here. Congrats again, Pacelli, and a lot of credit to Tri-County. This is a good team, an up-and-coming basketball team. Angelica, great job on production. Brandon Baroncott on the call here tonight. Again, you've been watching high school basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group. Have yourselves a very good rest of your Thursday night, everyone.